Okay, hello class. This is Tom Gailey. I am your instructor for Introduction to Business, Summer 22, and this is a 10-week course. This video is going to basically walk you through some of the getting started stuff. I'm going to go through D2L, which is what you're seeing on the screen here, Desire to Learn. And then I will go through the course material homework, which is called Cengage. We'll refer to it as Cengage. Cengage Companion Homeworks, Companion Material. We'll talk about discussion questions, which are really important for participation and keeping up. And I've got a few activities and homeworks to go through. So let's get going here. This, of course, is the D2L shell. When you hit this button, it shows the course, and here is an announcement. Announcements will come up every week or so whenever we need to announce something. 3 tabs across the top are really important for you to understand. And if you're familiar with D2L, you know this, you can skip ahead. But basically, we've got course material, which I'll show you. It's got everything that we need to do by week. The activities has assignments and discussions, and progress are your grades. So let's go through course material first, and the first drop down is content. And content shows, first thing you want to look at is getting started. And here's the video and a little bit of background, I guess. I've got a schedule and a syllabus here, so you can look through that part right there. The next thing under this course material tab, you will find textbook links. So the course uses Cengage Open Now for the text. It is very cost effective. In fact, the Open Now textbook itself is free, and the Cengage material, I think it's $30, but that's in the course, and that has all the homework there. I want to point out that there are 2 different types of ways to look at this. So follow me here. Here's Open Now, and this is the Cengage assignment material. Many of the links will go directly to where your assignment is. Again, I'll go back and show you what that's all about. Here are textbook links under table of contents. Here's where I was. You can look at the full text, but I'm going to another link, which is the Open Now textbook. You see OpenStax? This is the textbook, and here is the table of contents. I find this very easy to read. Much easier than the Cengage version. It is identical. The textbook is the same through Cengage or OpenStax. It's kind of both. So if you want to go to section 3.5, International Economic Communities, here's this story on that. And by the way, when you get to the questions on this small section, you're going to see those questions. A lot of them are right here. Some things to think about are pros and cons and things like that. Anyway, back to the table of contents. I'm sorry, course material, textbook information. I've got a couple more things quickly to show you here. Here it is, textbook link. You've got the OpenStax. Here's the textbook, and here's Cengage Open Now. Here are some instructions on getting started for registering for Open Now if you don't have any. If you have any problems getting started with that, ask me if you have any questions. There are very good links and very good resources to help. In other words, they will pick up the phone if you call them. If you send in an email request, they will get to you right away, which I think is really nice to have. So the course material, textbook, once you get done with that, I want you to look through some of the homework assignments. And the first thing that we have is going to be your favorite company. And this is just a quick assignment, like a 1-page paper to write. Just give me your thoughts on a company that you admire. It is not a company that you're going to do your business plan on necessarily, but it is a company that you think is pretty cool. I think in the instructions, I'm looking for Colorado companies, which is nice. We're in Colorado. It's good to look at Colorado companies. So this is what we're going to be doing is one quick assignment due in a week or 2 that is about your favorite company. This is just kind of to get you going and get you comfortable with turning in assignments. The next series of assignments have everything to do with the creation of a business plan that you will do for the final in this course. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to create an outline. An outline is just that. It's just putting down basic thoughts and getting all your organization set up on a piece of paper, and it'll say what the business is. It's really easy. A lot of these assignments are really easy. And what you're doing is you're building a business plan through these assignments. The next assignment is going to be some financial considerations, and it's just a draft. Draft means it's just a first shot, first try at something. So don't take it upon yourself to finalize in the first time. We have another chance to do that later in the course. And then we're going to think about what kind of management you might have for a business that you would run. And then we're going to think about what kind of operations would you need. And then later in the course, we'll be talking about marketing. So you'll be able to put down your marketing ideas for the business that you're going to run. We swing back around and touch up the financial plan and make that final, because you know a lot more, because you've learned a lot along the way. And then at the end of the course, you've got final information here for a business plan. You can look through that at any time. These are the assignments that you have. Now, another tab that I want to jump over to is this one here, is the activities tab. And the first one are these assignments. And these assignments show where they are, and they show the dates. The dates are wrong right now, but when you see them, they'll be right. And you can use that as reference for when these are due, so that you know. This is a 10-week course, so almost every week there'll be some type of assignment due. Maybe there won't be one every week. There aren't 10 assignments, but keep on top of this. It's really important to do that. So that's the activities. Those are the homework assignments. Again, here's that one right there. I can hit that tab right there and show you this is where all the assignments are. And then what we have is each week has its own a page here that shows you all the things that we have to get done. And then this first week, I've got a whole lot of things in there for checking the syllabus and all this. So you're looking at all this. And again, I've got a link to the textbook, which you don't need. It's in the textbook links. But here's what you would see is if you were getting to question 1.8, section 8 of chapter 1 has Cengage questions. Now, there's two types. One of them is concept check, and there are between 3 and 5 questions, and that's for one small section of the book, one section. And with those 3 to 5 questions, you have the chance to take those questions over and over and over again until you get them right. And once you get them right, you get full points. So this is kind of a free gimme for points. You get everything right because you can take it over and over and over again. If I go back to this first week and I look at all the links that take me to these are all the links that take me to the Cengage material. At the end of all the different small sections, you have a quiz for the entire chapter. And those questions can be 15 to 20 questions. And what I have done here is you will have 2 chances to take this test. In other words, you can miss all the questions and then take it again and try to get them right. That way you can kind of go back and see what you got wrong and get it right. In a way, it's a gimme also to get all the points that you can possibly get by just learning a little bit more. So if you get 8 out of 10 right, take it a second time and try to remember those 2 that you got wrong. It's helpful to take a note, say, oh, I missed that one. And that is actually a good learning and reinforcement practice. So when you don't get it right, take a note and get it right the next time because your second chance, that's what goes in as your grade. So as I jump back here, we had week 1, and you've taken all of the concept checks. When you're done with concept checks, you take the module quiz, and you're done with chapter 1, and you move on to chapter 2 or week 2, whatever is due in week 2. This being a shortened 10-week course, not a 15-week course, there are plenty of weeks where there are 2 chapters in 1 week. These really shouldn't take you that long. You've studied the material. There's like a 1-page section with 3 questions, and then another one with 3 questions. And then you get here's chapter 3 that we're in. There's quite a few here, 9 little sections, and then the module quiz. One thing I want to point out is that we have something that is called, I will show you here, it's called Show What You Know. Now we're starting chapter 4. Show What You Know is not graded. It is not required. Remember, it is not required to do. What it is it's good practice. You can catch the answers really quick. It'll show you the question and the answer. And the idea there is that you take that quiz before you start the chapter reading to see exactly how much you already know. Maybe you can skim the chapter. Maybe you don't know anything. You should really read it a little bit more carefully. So that's what Show What You Know is. Again, Show What You Know has no points. And you don't have to do it. It's just practice. Okay, so back to table of contents underneath week 2. You go through week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're done. At the end of the course, we are going to have a business plan that we're putting together. And we'll show you that as we go along. Another very important thing here, now watch me closely here. This is very important, are the discussion questions. The first thing I've done here is I've created a rubric and requirements so that everyone knows clearly exactly what they're expected for in a discussion question. Discussions are just that. They're a bunch of people sitting in a room talking, but we're online. So the discussion for the first week, let's jump to that, is going to be the present and future of our economy. And here is a TED Talk that you can watch. It's 10, 15 minutes. And give us your thoughts. Here are the rubrics. Is initial post on time. That gets you the full points. I want something in by Wednesday of the week. If not, you're late. If people are coming in late with discussion comments, it's kind of hard for other people to participate. And you've got somebody coming in a week later with a comment about something, and we've already moved on. So it's really important to stay on top. By the end of the week, Sunday at 11:30, that discussion is done. I'll keep it open. You can throw things out there. We don't have to shut the discussion off, but points are given at the end of the week because that's what we're doing here. So that is the rubric for discussions. I do have an icebreaker question here. Just tell me about something about yourself. Sorry, there's no points, but it's nice to get to know everybody. Sometimes we have people that have commonalities, which is kind of cool, and we can work with that. So here's the first question. Week 1 DQ, week 2 DQ, week 3 DQ. It's all these things that go once a week. There's 10 of them, 10 weeks. Everybody has to participate in discussions. As you know, this is an online course, so we don't have lectures. You don't have a class to go to. What you do have is discussions to keep up on. Another thing is I don't want you to just say, hey, that was a great response. That tells us nothing. To compliment people is a 0. I mean, that's nice. It's very polite. Sure, that doesn't get you any points because you're not saying anything to say that guy had a great comment. Well, you can say that about everything and just sit back and say, yes, great, great, great. That's not it. I want you to have a real discussion and put some content to it. And if you don't know what that is, better read the chapter and read the question and give me your thoughts on what you think about that. That's what's important about discussions. Okay, I think that's it. What I do point out is one more thing is the progress, and it looks like I can show this. I don't believe there are any grades in. I wouldn't be able to if there were, but you hit the progress tab, takes a minute, and it populates all the different grades, and it will say, okay, these are what we're doing in DQ. Here are the discussion week grades. Here's your quiz grades. Here are the concept check grades, all that stuff there. So again, course material, concept check, Cengage material. You should know what all these buzzwords are all about. That is going to be it. And good luck in the course. We're going to have fun. Keep it interesting. Look, I want content in those discussions. Any questions? Email me. My email's everywhere. It's on the syllabus. You should know what your teacher's email is so that you can communicate with them anyway, because I have your email. And if I email, you can sometimes email me back, although it's not guaranteed. All right, that's it. Thanks very much. And we'll see you down the road.